Good morning, TYBSc SAM5 students. Today I am going to teach you paper MB12, Unit 4. Title of the unit, that is Multicellular Parasites and Arthropod Vectors. Let's have introduction. A number of disease causing multicellular organisms are studied by using the same microscopic and immunological techniques that are used to study microbes and viruses. Most of the medically important multicellular parasites fall into one of few groups such as arthropods and helminths. Arthropods such as tick, lice and mites, helminths such as nematodes, cystodes and trematodes. Arthropods are comparatively more advanced in evolutionary scale than helminths, which are primitive animals. Arthropods serve as vectors that may transmit microorganisms and viruses to human. Here is the definition of vectors. Vector term used for living organisms that can carry disease-causing microbes. Most multicellular parasites, they have been well controlled in industrialized nation, but they still cause death and misery to many underdeveloped areas of world. These problems have come about because more people travel further from one place to another and more goods being exchanged worldwide. Here is a clear example that has occurred in New York in summer of 1999 when West Nile fever was contracted by a number of people which was carried by crows. At least 61% suffered and 7 people died. It was observed that in addition to birds and humans, horses, cats, dogs, they also carried the virus. That time it was not clear that how virus arrived in the city, but perhaps it could have been carried by traveler from Africa, West Asia or Middle East. It could possibly have been brought by imported bird, as worldwide travel makes people more vulnerable to disease from other parts of world. Also, worldwide climate changes bring increase in certain insect population to areas that were previously free of them, and this was observed by physicians in US. Here are the photographs of some arthropods such as mosquito, flea, tick and mites. We'll study first arthropods, include insects. For example, tick, fleas, mites and mosquitoes. Arthropods act as vector for transmitting disease. For example, a housefly picks up pathogen on its feet from some contaminated material such as feces and then lands on food eaten by humans and thus transmit pathogen. In this case, housefly act as mechanical vector. Here is the definition of mechanical vector. Vector carrying the microbes on its body from one place to another. An example is housefly. In another case, with Plasmodium species that cause malaria, the vector is mosquito. Mosquito is host for organism before transmitting it to human through bite on skin. In this case, vector acts as an essential part of life cycle of organism known as biological vector. It multiplies in number within the vector. Here is the definition of biological vector. Vector that is required as part of parasite's life cycle. Here in table, some arthropods that transmit infectious agents are described. Arthropods, infectious agent, disease, and characteristics features of disease. First, insect. Mosquito Anopheles species transmit infectious agent Plasmodium species, disease malaria, and characteristics features are chills, bouts of recurring fever. Next, mosquito Culex species transmit infectious agent Toga virus, disease equine encephalitis, characteristics features fever, nausea, convulsions, coma. Next, mosquito Aedes aegypti transmit infectious agent flavivirus, disease yellow fever, characteristics of disease fever, vomitings, jaundice, bleeding. Next is flea Xenopsilla chiopis, infectious agent Yersinia pestis, disease plague, characteristics of disease fever, headache, confusion, enlarged lymph nodes, and skin hemorrhage. Next is louse Pediculus humanus, infectious agent is Rickettsia prowazekii, disease typhus, characteristics of disease fever, hemorrhage, rash, confusion. Next is Archaenids. In that, tick Dermocenter species, infectious agent Rickettsia rickettsii, disease Rocky Mountain spotted fever, characteristics fever, hemorrhagic rash, confusion. Next is tick Ixodus species, infectious agent Borrelia burgdorferi, disease Lyme disease, characteristics feature fever, rash, joint pain, nervous system impairments. So from this table we can say that arthropods are transmitting infectious agent which cause disease in humans. Let's have first mosquito. The female Anopheles mosquito needs the blood of warm-blooded animals for proper nourishment and development of her eggs. And to get this, it bites animal. It can take in as much as twice of its body weight in blood and thus giving it relatively good chance of picking up infectious agents from host body. The anatomy of mosquito is adapted to transmit disease. Let's first have the diagram of anatomy of mosquito. Here is the internal anatomy of mosquito that is adapted to transmit the infectious agent. You can see this is the mouth parts here. Next is antenna, then storage area where blood which is sucked is stored, then comes the midgut. Here the cysts of malarial parasites, stomach, body cavity, another storage area and salivary glands and the saliva which is secreted by salivary glands enter into the mouth part. So we have seen that the mouth part of the Anopheles mosquito consists of sharp stylets that are pierced in host skin to subcutaneous capillaries. One of these needle-like stylets is hollow and mosquito's saliva is pumped through it. Saliva increases the blood flow and prevents clotting of host blood as it is sucked into tube formed by other mouth part of insect. Saliva can also cause allergic reaction. Once again, we'll try to understand. When a mosquito bites an infected person who is suffering from malaria, to take the blood for the nourishment and proper development of the egg, this mouth part, which is a stylet's needle-like structure, pierces in the skin subcutaneously up to the blood capillaries in subcutaneous. That time, from the salivary gland, saliva is secreted and this saliva is pumped in blood capillaries of subcutaneous. This saliva increases the blood flow in the blood capillaries as well as prevents clotting of the blood when blood is pumped in stylets, that is a mouth part, a tube-like structure. So when blood is pumped inside the stylets, it is not clotted and it is carried to the storage area. From the storage area, it is passed to the midgut and then here in the life cycle of malarial parasites, formation of cysts. These cysts are then transported to the another storage area and from the storage area they are again entering in a tube-like structure and from the salivary glands saliva is secreted, that is along with the saliva these cysts of malarial parasites are injected into the next healthy host, that is human. So we have seen that how mosquitoes are transmitting the disease causing agent, that is malarial parasite Plasmodium species. Mosquitoes in an area of arthropod-borne disease can be trapped and identified microscopically and the blood they have ingested can be tested to see on which kinds of animal they are feeding. Precise identification of species and subspecies of these genera is very important as different species differ greatly in their breeding areas, time of feeding and choice of host. Identification of mosquito largely depends on microscopic examination of antenna of the mosquito, wings, claws, matting apparatus and other features. Here, correct identification of mosquito is essential or necessary for designing specific control measures for mosquito. Fleas, next, they are wingless insect. That means they do not have wings. That depends on powerful hind legs to jump from one place to another. For the identification of fleas, important points are included. They are spine, that is combs about head and thorax, the muscular pharynx, long esophagus, spiny walls composed of rows of teeth-like cells. Fleas are generally more of nuisance than health hazard, but can transmit bacterium such as Yersinia pestis, which causes plague, and a rickettsial disease, that is marine typhus, to humans. Larval fleas have chewing type of mouth for feeding on organic matter, that is excreta of animals. They ingest eggs of common dog and cat tapeworm, that is Diplodium caninum, and thus cat and dogs serving as intermediate host. Children acquire this tapeworm when they accidentally swallow fleas while playing in the ground. Fleas can live in vacant buildings in dormant stage for the months, and when building is inhabited, these quickly mature and hungrily greet new host. Here is the diagram of flea, that is Xenopsilla chiopsis. Next is lice. Lice, small wingless insect, prey on warm-blooded animals by piercing skin and sucking blood. The legs and claws of lice are adequate for holding onto body surfaces and clothing. They survive only few days away from host. Here is an example of lice, that is Pediculus humanus, most notorious lice, and the size of this lice is 1 to 4 mm long, with small head and thorax and large abdomen. It has membrane-like lip with tiny teeth to anchor firmly on skin. Within floor of mouth is a piercing apparatus that is similar to fleas and mosquitoes. It has only one host, that is humans, but can easily spread from one person to another by direct contact or contact with personal items, especially in areas of crowding and poor sanitation. Here we can see the diagram of lice. You can see the claws, a small head, claws, and large abdomen. These claws are strong enough to hold on the surfaces of skin and clothing. Next, there are two subspecies popularly termed are head lice and body lice. Body lice can transmit trench fever, that is caused by bacterium Bartonella quintana, then epidemic typhus caused by bacterium Rickettsia prowazekii, then relapsing fever caused by bacterium Borrelia recurrentis. Trench fever occurs episodically among severe alcoholics and homeless of large American and European cities. The crab louse, Pithurus pubis, is commonly transmitted among young adults during sexual intercourse. It is not vector of infectious disease, but it can cause an unpleasant itch. Next, ticks. They are arachnids. Arachnids differ from insect in their lack of wings and antennae. Although like insects, the immature ticks have 3 pairs of legs and adults have 4 pairs. Dermocenter andersoni, known as wood tick, is vector for Rocky Mountain spotted fever that is caused by bacterium Rickettsia rickettsii. Ixodes scapularis transmit with its saliva Borrelia burgdorferi, that is spirochete, that cause Lyme disease. In addition, saliva of many genera of ticks can produce a profound paralysis, especially in children. Paralyzed humans and animals usually recover rapidly after removal of ticks. These are the photograph of ticks, Dermocenter andersoni, Exodus scapularis. Students, in the next lecture, will complete with mites and helminths. So, thank you.